What's up, SNA fans? Back here with another video. Except this time it's AEW Rampage review video. And yes, AEW Day still continues here on Saturday night. And and yeah, like I said before, plenty of times, like on my Dynamite review video and possibly my Collision review. I guess the first time I'm doing all three shows on the review video, all three of AEW shows on one day, especially on a Saturday. And this is both of them are go home show editions of AEW. AEW's three shows: Dynamite, Rampage, and Collision. And I see my regular viewers thanking me for uploading this video. It's my pleasure. All part of the job of being the host of the SNA podcast. And make sure to watch it till the very end because tonight's AEW Rampage was extremely great. So So let me get to the point of making this video and start off with Jon Moxley getting in front of the camera, like to backstage, holding his IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. This is where he was like, yeah, this coming Wednesday after AEW Dynasty on Dynamite, I'm gonna put my IWGP World Championship on the line against Powerhouse Hobbs. But the first. It is going to be my first title match ever on AEW Dynamite. I was like, yeah, that's true. And I think, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the first time that an IWGP championship, like the World Championship, like not the United States Championship, X that out. The first ever time the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship got defended in AEW Dynamite overall. And this is what Jon Moxley's like, and hey, I was planning on losing anyways. So, I'm playing this better when the stakes are very higher than the clock, and clicking down to zero, and there's no room for air, when it's truly, do or die. My hands are, getting steadier, and I was born for this moment. Hobbs and Don, how about this week in Jacksonville? I get struck, and this stuff like that. Will Hobbs think he's gonna shock the world? He was you can't even do that. Even if you travel to Tokyo and become the new IWGP championship, and what the story with that would be, if you like fairy tales, in Don Cal, you sit right next to you on that plane on the way to Japan and sit through a press conference, but he should have been where he should have been, because he been where you been, because you know where you come from, Will, well, I do. Because I'll be in the ring with you, Will. And I'll be in the ring with you defend this championship. And it's not gonna be Don Callis because Don Callis is not a wrestler. And even if he tried to be a wrestler, he'll fail to even. He'll even be a failure of even lasting for a second in the square circle without failed to do so while trying not to get hit with a finishing maneuver coming his way. And this is where Jon Moxley's and I always known this. Next week on AEW Dynamite, if you haven't found that thing inside you, Will, it's not about contracts and championships, Hobbs, fancy cars and all that kind of stuff. That's very material stuff. That's very related. That's related to this topic. If you cannot find your footing, Hobbs, and I'll find it for you. Next week on Dynamite, when I'm gonna give you to you, Willie, I'm gonna give you a gift, and I'm gonna show you who you really are, and you're gonna realize on what kind of a man you have been, been for the last few months, teaming with that manipulating demon that's right beside you, and it's a very bitter pill to swallow, Hobbs. And he's after all, it's pro wrestling and anything can happen. Never say never, and take this advice. Don't ever hesitate, for one second, because I'm not. When we have this match, and this is where we do get into the main show with the first match, which I'll give this. I'll say the second best match of the night because it was very entertaining, which it was extremely genuinely entertaining. I apologize for that, but anyways, yeah, it was a fatal four-way elimination match. I'm not sure what was the stakes were for. Well, maybe it was about guys, you know what they do in 420, because today was 420 in April, like April 20th, and then you know what that means. It was the return of Van Dam. And then he was there, like, you know what his track record is when it comes to puffing. But anyway, this is where we got you took on Isaiah Cassidy, Commander with a K, and Lee Johnson, which I believe these guys probably do you know, and on 420 day. But anyway, this is where we start off with RVD going at it with Isaiah Cassidy, while Lee Johnson and Commander go at it. This is where fans wouldn't stop chanting RVD, like RVD, RVD, and chanting like welcome back to AEW, which he only makes rare, sporadic appearances on the All Elite company. And then this is where we got RVD then go right up on the top turnbuckle. This is where he did his pose like Van Dam, and then it's where he jumped right onto the back in the ring. This is where he gets started, like who he's gonna fight first. Is it gonna be Commander, or is it gonna be Lee Johnson, or is it gonna be Isaiah Cassidy? This is where they start going like a four-way hand war, like see who's gonna get the first hit. This is where we got Lee Johnson trying to go for a clothesline. This is where we got RVD ducking out of it. This is where he started doing a little what's that? Prancing walk. This is where he went right onto the bottom, right onto the top of the midsection. This is where not the midsection. I mean top of the middle ropes. My apologies. Where the midsection even came from. But yeah, he was right on top of the middle ropes. This is where he did the shrug emoji with the. That's where Isaiah Cassidy and Commander with a K and Lee Johnson were like, what does he do? And this is where he did shrug, like I thought I might get a pop from you guys, and this is where Commander with a K, Lee Johnson, and Isaiah Cassidy they came up with agreement. They were like, you know what? How about while he's there chilling and possibly gonna roll some green stuff up. This is where Isaiah Cassidy was like, how about we could be all three of us? Like, how about starting with you, Shorty? This is where he started messing with him, like putting his knees down, looking more shorter than even Commander looked like. And Commander's like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, I may be short, but I'm not that short. I'm not 4 feet 8. This is where both him and Lee Johnson got enough of Isaiah Cassidy's mouth and hit a double drop kick, which he looked like he sold this so great, like to the point, like it looked like he got shot right into the face and then fell face first right onto the ground in a bloody mess. But luckily, none of that didn't literally happen. But I was just like making like what's that like a comparison, making a comparison example out of the spot on this fatal four-way elimination match. This is where we got Lee Johnson and roll up. What's his name? This is where we got Lee Johnson and roll up. What's his name? Commander with a K with a pinfall. Referee counted 1, referee counted 2, but Commander with K kicks out of it. He got back up, but this is where he gets arm dragged by Lee Johnson, while Commander with K keep him up and hit an arm drag of his own, hitting the cartwheel and the flip. This is where he's like, yeah. You're not the only guy that's very athletic. This is where Isaiah Cassidy tried to close on both men, but they duck out of the way. This is where RVD decided to try to have fun with the younger guys. This is where he hits a top rope. This is where Isaiah Cassidy then pushes. This is where he then pushed what's the name? Rob Van Dam right into Commander with a K, then they hit a backstabber right onto Rob Van Dam. This is where Isaiah Cassidy started doing it of his own. And this is where fans were like, boo! When he was like, hold on. Like, this is where he tried to go for. I was like, and I was thinking, like, is he literally stealing my ideas? Like I really wanted to do this. Like, and why did he had to try to take a page out of RVD's playbook and use it against him? Like I would have done better, because for obvious reasons, saying like, you know what this podcast stands for. But yeah, but it's still not too late. Like I would do a better job than Isaiah Cassidy did anyway. Maybe just because that he kind of looks like yours truly, like without the dreads and the mask and cape, like thinks he could do it before I could, but it's not really a competition, bro. Like you don't need to try to do it before me or even after me. It's really not a not really not a race, not a competition, or no comparisons. Like I would have done a better job like of doing the mockery right on the RVD, using this pose against him in my own benefits. But anyways, this is where you try to go for it. This is where Rob Van Dam's like, all right, like you're not doing it right. Like, yeah, you look horrible doing that. Like when like you look, or yeah, this is where not like that. This is where who said that? I think it was no, it was the referee. My apologies. I'm being so stupid right now. But anyways, this is where the referee's like, okay, like you're not even doing it right, and I don't even know how to do it exactly. But I think that's not how you do it. Like this is where then Isaiah Cassidy did run right. He was like, oh, forget it. Like it's not really a cool hand gesture, anyways. This is where he did go for a rolling flip, like trying to steal RVD's a signature move where he rolls in the middle of the ring and try to go for the flip, but RVD moves out of the way right on time, like landing hard right onto the canvas, and yeah, the canvas does not feel like you're on a trampoline or a cushion or even on a bed. Like that's worse than any of those combined. It's barely cushioned right upon like wood and some what's that? And some metal materials and some springs that keep it together, like and the canvas and also the canvas and what's that the little banner like with the sign where it says AEW and then they have that barely have the white mat right into the middle center into the ring. But anyway, this is where we got RVD then got right put Isaiah Cass right to the bottom right side to hit a boot right to the face. This is where we got RVD to try Irish whip him right to the diagonal corner. But this is where he pulls turns him around and throw him right back into the corner on the bottom right side. This is where he hit the flying monkey flip right on to Isaiah Cassidy, and then he hilariously just starts screaming like if he was the like he. This is where he starts screaming like if he was like a little 5-year-old girl. The way he screamed, like he's like, ah! like he screamed right like 5 feet in the air. No pun intended. Five, like even though it is the fourth month of the year. But anyway, this is where we got RVD to run right to the right corner side, hits a rolling flip right onto Isaiah Cassidy. This is where we got RVD to go right up on the top, not top rope though. He tried to go for a pin first, but this is where Isaiah Cassidy kicks out at 2.8. But this is where Lee Johnson, before he goes on the top rope, this is where Lee Johnson try to throw it right into the left side of the ropes, like and try to go throw him right into the left side of the ringside area. This is where RVD tried to reverse, but this is where we got Lee Johnson did a double reversal right onto RVD and threw him instead. This is where we got Lee Johnson. We got this is where we got what's his name, Commander with a K to try to go for a clothesline right onto Lee Johnson, but Lee Johnson then flips him right over. This is where he runs right to the right, goes to the left, and a diving senton right onto everybody, knocking everybody involved out down. Like this is where he throws this is where he throws Isaiah Cassidy back in the ring. This is where he tried to go for a crossroads. This is where Isaiah Cassidy started raking and rubbing the eyes and trying to blind poor Lee Johnson. This is where Lee Johnson, my eyes, like, what did you do? Like, Isaiah. This is where then he got him eliminated with him hitting the surprise roll-up, which is known as the most devastating move in all of professional wrestling. And this is where he got the 1, 2, 3, grabbed a handful of tights, and Lee Johnson was eliminated. And then this is where we got Isaiah Cassidy going after, I believe, Commander with a K. Or no, it was RVD at first. This is where we started mocking him, started spinning around, started putting his hands up in the air. Like if he was the original EC, like the former ECW original. until Commander with a K came in, started hitting this comeback move, and this is where he hit a attack strike right onto RVD. I'm sorry, generically speaking when I say that, but yeah, he hit it right there, right there onto the upper right side. Is where he then went and saw Isaiah Cassidy right into the left corner of the ringside area, and then a diving corkscrew splash right onto Isaiah Cassidy. This is where then. That's where Commander with a K is they don't call me call me Commander with a K and without the second M for nothing. This is where we got the fans start chanting, "Holy sugar honey iced tea, holy sugar honey iced tea," and they weren't not calling for a sweet, refreshing drink, even though that would sound very delicious right around this time while watching this very entertaining contest, which is getting second match of the night. This is where we got RVD kick Commander with a K right in the midsection. This is where Rob Van Dam to try to hit him with a power bomb right onto somewhere. Like he was like, should I do it on an apron, ring post, or A, the apron, or B, the ring post, or C, the concrete floor, which he's like, okay, I'll go for C. Going for concrete floor, but this is where Commander McKay countered and hit a Hurricane Rana right onto Rob Van Dam. This is where we got Commander with the K's like, yeah, I'm back on my feet. This is where he tried to go for a springboard swanton, which he did so right on the Isaiah Cassidy. This is where he goes for a pin. Referee counted to 1, referee counted to 2. But this is where we got Isaiah Cassidy got the shoulder up at 2.8. This is where Commander with the K like shoot, like that was so close. This is where they went up right up in the clouds, flying high in the air because he is the commander right up in the sky, but this is where he's trying to walking right on thin, walking right on thin cloud ropes. But this is where he gets pushed over by Isaiah Cassidy right off the top ropes. This is where we got. This is where Isaiah Cassidy's like, yeah, it's all up here, like all about strategy. This is where the fans are like, boo, you are a terrible performer. And this is where Isaiah Cassidy, oh, forget you guys. Like y'all not the reason why I didn't got into this industry anyway. So why do I even care what comes out of your mouth? This is where we got Isaiah Cassidy was like, hey, don't try to attack me, Rob Van Dam. Like I was thinking about how about we work together to take down Commander with a K, so it can only just be the two of us at the end of the elimination match. Like like it'll be you and me. This is what RVD's like. You want to align with me to help you eliminate Commander with a K. Like I like the sound of that that excellent idea. And this is where Isaiah Cat's like, you already getting it already. Like yeah, let's. And he was like, I got your back, like Rob, like it's where he's like, I got you, like yeah, I got you, like this, like and you know what, like how about you head to the back right now? Like I have a better idea. You need to head over to the back, you might as well you stay there while I finish off Commander with a K. You forfeit your spot of winning the match, and then I win for the both of us, and we could just hang out, chill, and get and puff some of that good. Because after all, it is 420. He's like, I like the sound of that. That's not pretty awesome to do. Like, yeah. And this is where he's like, yeah, that's what's up. This is what RVD's like, okay, like the ring's all yours. And this is where he's trying to shake hands, like, okay. This is where Isaiah Cassidy was like, and this is where he's like, okay, let's shake it out. This is where he got his hand out because you know exactly what he was going to ask for. This is where Isaiah Cassidy was trying to look for it in his pockets, but he couldn't find it nowhere in his pockets. He was like, where's that good stuff? Like, I got to prepare for you. And this is where he's like, no, like, I'm serious. Like, I just had it in my pockets. I don't know, like, where it went. Like, and this is where fans are like, boo, like, you're full of caps. Like, you didn't really had none of that good stuff in the bag, like, in your pockets. Like somebody that's a man of their word would have, like, and someone that's backing up what they saying. This is where Isaiah Cassidy didn't look for in the shoes. Like it's all good. Like I might have put it put it in a very silly spot. This is where RVD's like, huh? And this is where he turned around and look into the other, look into the left side of the arena, like which I believe Isaiah Kathy pointed at that. Pointed in that area. This is where he tricked him, like, and this is where he then took advantage, rolled him up into a schoolboy roll up, which is the most devastating move in all of PW pro wrestling. This is where he goes for it. But once the referee counted one, referee counted two. This is where we got RVD kicks out at 2.4. I was like, wow, like he just kicked out like too early, like than he would have done, even though it's just a surprise roll up. But usually, like even for roll ups, like a wrestler would kick out because there's so much pressure with the opponent grabbing on the legs of the opponent for the 1-2-3. But at this time, it was only a 2.4, like which was which you could get out of it more sooner rather than later. But anyway, this is where we got but this is where we got Isaiah Cassidy. Cassidy then throw Rob Van Dam right to the upper left side, but he gets boot right into the face when he tries to splash onto him. This is where Commander with a K try to go for a splash right onto him, but this is where RVD then puts him right onto the upper, put him right in the upper left side of the apron. This is where he hits the springboard drop kick right into his face, which landed right onto that apron in the left. This is where he landed Isaiah Cassidy's face right onto the turnbuckle, and this is where we got. This is where he hits him kick right into the head face first, right onto the face of Isaiah Cat. This is where we got what's the name? Ruin it all. This is where This is where RVD tried to go for the top rope for a 5-star frog splash, but this is where Isaiah Cassidy's tag partner Mark Quinn then ruined it all, like by flipping him right out of the top rope, right onto the outside, throwing him face first right onto the hardest part of the ring apron, without any remorse. This is where Commander with a K then took advantage, hits rope walking moonsault right or shooting star press right onto Isaiah Cassidy, and then it was too late for Mark Quinn to do anything about it, and his boy Isaiah Cassidy got eliminated. This is where we got Commander K. Like, okay, all right, 2 down and only 1 more to go. This is where we got. This is where Commander's like, okay, like now it's just you and me, and this is where fans were chanting, na 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 na, hey hey.